Hey, buddy, why don't you throw a few credits my way, huh? Help a guy out, yeah? End up in the ocean? What the hell are you... Wait, no. He told me that everything was taken care of. No one would know. Listen, you gotta hear me out. I never meant to do anything. It was an accident. A friend, an old buddy in security. But that's all you're getting from me. I'd rather take my chances with you than with him. Why else? I needed some creds for Aurora, and everyone knows he and his wife run that shitty little shop. All they do is rip people off. He was bound to have creds. I got in a fight with Thomas. I asked him for some creds, but the bastard wouldn't give me anything. Things got out of hand. He ended up falling off the upper platform. It was an accident, I swear. Then I called my buddy in security and told him what happened. He took care of everything after that. Hell no, I'm not doing that. Listen, I messed up, I know that. But nothing can change what's already done. Just let me go and I'll disappear forever. No one will ever see me again. No one even needs to know I'm alive. Just... come on, just let me go. Oh my God. You don't need to worry. No one will ever see me again.
Stay out of trouble. Got a call someone's power kept going out?
Thomas didn't die of a heart attack. That's a total lie. Please, tell... I knew it. I just knew that I was being fed lies. Nothing added up right from the start. Neon security. How can they sleep at night and act like my husband's life wasn't worth anything? My husband's killer. Did you find him? What happened to him? Rusty. I believe he was one of the Generdyne workers that would come around and cause trouble. Steal things, vandalize, or the like. They were a rowdy bunch. My husband usually handled the troublemakers and became well acquainted with Rusty and his so-called friends. Vandalism and shoplifting is one thing, but murder? I just never thought things could go this far. So, what did you do with Rusty? Well, I guess I don't much care for what you did with him, as long as he paid for what he did. And about security, did you find out? It's for the best, I suppose. In a weird way, I guess I'm just glad that I know the truth, even if it won't bring my husband back to me. I never would have figured out the truth without you. I have credits for you here. Of course, I want to thank you for everything. You're the only person to show me kindness in this city. You've helped me out more than you can know. Now that I know the truth, I think I can start focusing on healing. Or trying to, at least. Thank you. From the bottom of my heart.
poor souls who couldn't make it in New Atlantis ended up working at the fisheries in Neon.
Welcome, welcome, my friend. It's been a long time since I've seen a new face.
I give it a few more months before this loser packs it in.
Ah, don't be such a jerk.
The first time I laid eyes on this building, I felt the same way. You see, when I opened this shop, I had grand ambitions of creating a mining supply empire on Volai. Yet here I am, only a few years later, pockets empty, and my business on the verge of closure. It is a sad day. I don't know, my friend. I suppose I would be at Neon's mercy. Just another failed dreamer, walking the streets and living in a sleep crate. That would be a blessing, my friend, but I wouldn't want to impose. You would do that for a total stranger? Bless you, my friend. Bless you. I've come up with an idea that I'm hoping will generate a lot of interest in my business, and you were the final element that was missing. If you could bring these flyers to some of the other vendors in Neon, it would explain how we can improve our businesses as a group. Many in Neon keep to their own, and I believe this is why we failed. James Newell and his Merchant Alliance friends are on the right track, but all they do is spend their time complaining, never solving. We must unify, band together, and help each other out. Then, when one of us falls, the others can reach down and help him rise from the dust. In the meantime, we will refer people to each other's shops, perhaps even promote sales together. It would benefit us all. Wonderful. Simply wonderful. You have no idea the weight you have lifted from my shoulders. I appreciate your help. If there's anything I can do, anything at all, please, let me know. Farewell, my friend. And tell everyone we have plenty of mining supplies in stock.
I'm interested in some of your mining gear.
Need a what? Yeah? What do you want? I don't need any handouts. The other day, Styx, I met a miner from Gazal.
I'm sorry.
There are a ton of distractions in Neon, so I expect you to be on your best behavior here.
Hey there, friend. Need something?
I had to chase more zone heads out of here today. I don't think they even knew what planet they were on. Welcome to Newell's. If you're looking for any specific goods, Rosa and I guarantee we'll beat Sieghart's lousy selection every time. I understand that. But when you're dealing with a snake like Siegert, Normal commerce practices go right out the window. That man has absolutely no respect for the business community on Neon. He skips merchant meetings and refuses to participate in any of our group buys. Worst of all, he pays off Neon security to keep his place safe. A lot of the merchants in Neon belong to a small merchants alliance. It's nothing formal. It's just a bunch of us getting together to air our grievances and watch each other's backs. Everyone has a choice. Some are simply more difficult than others. The only way to fight Neon security is if all the merchants unify and push back on these unreasonable rules. Anyway, sorry. I know I can get a little intense about these things. If you'll forgive the outburst and have a look around, I'm sure you'll find something you might want to buy. Here, let me see that. Huh. Not a bad idea. You might be onto something here. Thanks for bringing this to me. I arrived in Neon almost, 20 years ago? I had gotten a job at Xenofresh through a friend and started working on the loading docks. After a few years, they moved me up to Kazanbas processing, and that's where I met Rosa for the first time. She was my supervisor, but we hit it off right away. It wasn't long before we decided to quit Xenofresh, get married, and start our own business. We've been in love ever since. Oh, okay, yeah. That'd be extremely helpful. I honestly don't know what to say. Fair enough. Just be careful when you're dealing with Sigurd. The first time I brought up the subject, we got into a huge argument. Sigurd said he had every intention of paying Neon security and that it was final. After that, I tried to speak to him a few times, but he's always been too busy to spend the time to sit down and have a decent conversation. It's obvious he has no intentions of talking to me anymore. I honestly don't know what I did to make him so angry with me. No problem. I'm sure you'll find something you like. Thanks for stopping by our shop.
I don't want you to get upset, but Administrator Bayou came by while you were out.
Welcome to Newell's. Let me know if you need help with anything. Do I sound that awful? I didn't even realize. Terrible, just terrible. You'll have to excuse me. With all the ruckus my husband's been making at the Merchant Alliance meetings, it's difficult to get any rest. Poor old man has himself mixed up in a foolish crusade against Dietrich Sieghart, who he's angry at for paying off Neon security. I don't believe he is, no. I think my husband has Dietrich all wrong. He's probably doing what he has to do to survive. Just, please don't tell James I said that. I don't want him to think his own wife is doubting him. I have no idea. Anytime the subject comes up, it turns into an argument. Frankly, he's so obsessed with this Dietrich situation, I don't think he's listening to me at all. Well, thank you. I can't remember the last time a total stranger walked into our store and offered to help. It would be so lovely to see my James happy again. He used to smile at me all the time, you know. Now all I see is worry on his face. I suppose you can speak with him about it if you like. But perhaps you'd like to browse our store a bit before you do? Take your time. It's fine. Thoughts have the better of you? I can relate to that. Have a good day.
We're going to be visiting the Astral Lounge while we're here. I mean, that's a given, right?
Give Felix my regards. Ah! Whatever, just... Yeah, I'll see you later.
Yeah? What? Yeah? Buying, selling, or moving? Yeah? Well, then let me spell it out for you. You either walked into the TA to buy some goods, sell some goods, or have some liberated goods taken off your hands for a reasonable price. So, instead of wasting my time making me explain how the business world works, let's get a move on. Now that's what I'm talking about. We both want to make some money, so what'll it be? Don't need it. No. Well, first of all, the outpost in Neon is hardly anything to be worried about. They have, what, like 4 men covering the entire city? Come on! And even if one of them got, I don't know, suddenly ambitious and put the heat on us, well, there are 2 ways to solve that problem. One way is to leave an unattended cred stick on the counter. The other is to give Sayoko a call. Either way, it's business for us as usual. Done here? Time to move on.
Let's, stay away from Ebside. The locals there don't exactly appreciate the tourists.
Let me know if you need anything. Business could always be better. Yes, I'm aware of James's objections. That's partly why I don't go to the meetings. But if I don't pay Dexler, I'll lose my business. And what good would joining the Alliance do then? So, really, I don't have a choice here. If they want to fight Neon security, they can. But I need to protect my livelihood. Owen Dexler is head of Neon Security, but he is less concerned with crime than he is siphoning money from honest businesses. But it's not just him. All of Neon is corrupt. The only way to survive is to give in to their demands. You think I'm okay with it? I would like nothing more than to run my business free of Dexler's thieving. But what power do we really have? If I don't pay Dexler, he'll make sure every gang in the city takes a piece of my stock. And why is that? So you really believe the Merchants Alliance? Okay, and tell the Newells I will come to the next. You can't stand up to Neon Security on an empty stomach. Don't worry, I'll stop making the... Thanks for stopping by.
Hey, keep your nose clean. Last thing I want is to charge.
Packaged food? Check.
If you'd like to buy some, we're fully stocked on supplies today. Stop by again soon.
You have a moment? Say hello to my wife. Well, I'll be. And all you had to do was... talk to him? I don't doubt it. Like trying to wipe the slime off a chasm bass.
Oh, let it go, hon. If Sieghart says he's in, that's all that matters.
Yeah, I guess you got a point. Thanks for your help on this. The Merchants Alliance is finally united. I don't know if we'll ever get a fair shake in the city, but it's a start. What?
You should stick to the main plaza, unless you like getting soaked by the rain.
What can I answer for you? On behalf of Stroud Eklund, I'd like to welcome you to our showroom today. Our company prides itself as the industry leader in spacecraft production. We use groundbreaking technology to give us a significant advantage over our competitors. You can configure your desired spacecraft at any one of our conveniently located kiosks. If you have any questions, I'd be happy to help. Are you feeling well? Take your time. I'm glad you enjoyed it. Feel free to have a look around our showroom. I'll be right here if you need me. Cross-promotion? I don't think we need it, but I'll give it a look anyway. He's been to Neon a few times, but I haven't had the pleasure of his company for more than a few minutes at the most. What I can say is that, despite what's been reported by the media, Mr. Stroud is a rational luminary with uniquely future-forward vision. Actually, I've been working here for only 2 years. Previously, I was an Alboron sales representative, but that type of work wasn't for me. I could never relate to the type of clientele that purchases weapons. But spacecraft have always held a certain fascination in my mind. It was comfortable working under Ryujin's banner, but despite all of my requests, they wouldn't transfer me to the Taiyo Astroneering Division. And so, here we are. Have a wonderful day.
You know I went to chef school.
Morning, noon, or night. Enjoy one of our distinct coffee flavors.
Hello, and hi there. Welcome to Terra Brew.
Undergoes enhanced training to ensure you receive the best coffee anywhere.
Now,
Right now. Welcome to Calvin, the settled systems
kind of in the middle of something.
Have you tried one of our advanced solutions?
Scram, I'm on duty.
Original. Bored. Ever look in the mirror and wish you could see another...
Careful screwing with the security around here. These idiots aren't quite as honest as the Freestar Rangers.
Welcome to Enhance. If you're tired of seeing that same old face in the mirror every morning and you're looking for something different, we can help. Our state-of-the-art machinery uses a patented proprietary technology that can reshape your facial features or give you a new head of hair. For a small, one-time fee, you can enhance yourself and bring a big warm smile to your brand new face.
But with Enhance's options, it's serious choice overload. Plus, it's me, you know? There's
I'll
one thing
take a look,
worth option
but I won't make any promises, okay?
Hey, whatever you choose is going to be fine. And we're all going
Of course. Ask anything you like.
Thanks. You all are the best.
Absolutely. We're proud to feature a no disfigurement guarantee. If for any reason our machine doesn't perfectly replicate the look you selected, we'll make it right. That's the Enhance promise. Great. So, you have yourself an amazing day, okay?
What's up?
We have choice accommodations at reasonable prices. Maybe after you've rented a room. Sorry. Oh, thanks. I'll To tell you the truth, not really. And that's one of the consequences with the arrangement between Administrator Bayou and myself. He won't hassle me, but there's nothing I can do about my guests being hassled. The last tenant I had was arrested for spitting on the street. As you can imagine, business is not exactly booming. Luckily, I have more than enough capital to cover my expenses, but it still sucks. Maybe after you've rented a room. Sorry. I just need... Let me know if I can help you while you're visiting Neon.
Quick piece of advice. We hear the name Benjamin Bayou, and we should duck the other way. Fast.
Don't worry. Doc Manning will fix you up.
Is it that obvious? Yeah.
What can Reliant Medical do for you?
My whole body feels like it's crumbling.
Yeah. Coming down off a road.
Oh my goodness. Another poor soul. All right. Tell me what happened to you. Is it an Aurora overdose? Something else, perhaps?
You kidding? No one cares if you're addicted to the stuff. Hell.
Unfortunately, yes. You see, the more Aurora that a user absorbs, the more resistance their body builds up to its active ingredients. That means the user needs larger and larger doses in order to feel its full effect. Eventually, the doses get so incredibly large, the user's nervous system simply can't handle the overload. Oh. Since you're clearly a first-time visitor to Reliant Neon, I'd love to offer you a free checkup, but I'm afraid I'm dangerously low on supplies. I can assure you it isn't by choice. You see, I'm a bit at odds with the current administrator of Neon. His drug is turning the streets into a graveyard, and he doesn't seem to care. We've argued about it on more than one occasion, and all he's done is try to persuade me to quit. Thinning out my supply chain is his newest tactic. I've spoken to the people at Reliant Medical Corporate, I've talked to the Freestar Rangers, I've even gone to the Freestar Collective Council. Every answer is always the same. We're working on it. It's corruption at the highest levels. Ugh. So aggravating. Then you understand what I'm up against. At this point, I've resorted to asking anyone that has a ship registered outside of the Volii system to bring me medical supplies. I pay them for the supplies, of course, but it's the only way I can sneak them past Bayou's people at the spaceport. Now, if there's anything else I can do for you, anything at all, you just let me know. I wouldn't mind a bit of extra traffic as long as the supplies allow for it. That would be amazingly helpful. It's a relief to meet someone who gives a damn about anyone other than themselves for a change. Oh, and I'll pay you directly for the supplies, of course. It's the only way I can sneak them past Bayou's people at the spaceport. There's nothing to worry about. As long as packages aren't coming off a commercial vessel, the authorities won't scan them. That's why this has to be done slowly and methodically. If I get too much all at once, they'll catch on to my scheme. Don't worry about me. You just watch yourself. Administrator Bayou doesn't like people that rock the boat, if you catch my meaning. Anyway, I have a contact over at the clinic in the Narian system. Abby Edding. She's one of the nurses there. She'll get you started. Thank you so much for doing this. You have no idea how helpful it'll be for the poor folk that live in Ebside. All right. Not so bad, really. Let's get you patched up. Ship shape and ready for act. Stay away from Aurora before you get hooked.
Find a place to stay while we're here. I've heard that the Hotel Voli is top-notch.
I am confident that the flyers will help. Here to purchase some mining goods? Ah! Thank you so much, my friend. I believe that this will be a great boon for my business. Thank you for taking the time to do this for me. It is not often to see such kindness here in Neon. Certainly, my friend. Thank you again for helping me out with the flyers.
Don't go causing trouble.
Here on Neon. Never look in the mirror and first you can see another version of you.
I know your type. The freewheeling spaceys.
Be careful if you run into those ecliptic jerks. They fly around like they own the Seven Systems.
Clover McKenna, at your service. Again! Look, you can tell Mr. Okadibo that I'm doing everything I can. Blood from a stone, if you'll pardon the expression. Oh. I'm afraid I've stepped right into it again. Damn. You aren't here about Mr. Okadibo's debt to Kelcor. Oh, this is so embarrassing. Let me start over. My name's Clover McKenna, but you can call me Chloe. Sorry for me outburst. I'm not sure. I think he's afraid that I won't be here. He'll have to deal with my father. Someone who has a lot less patience than I do. Just a few weeks ago, he paid some poor fella to come up here and request a bit more time to pay back his debt. So I snapped at you like that. I thought he'd done it again. That's kind of you. This mess with Mr. Okadibo over at the Neon Mining League has really thrown me off my game. It's a shop over in Akuchi Market. You know, the plaza next to Ryujin Tower? They sell all sorts of mining supplies and raw materials. It's a fine little shop, well stocked and immaculate. Mr. Okadibo is the owner. He's a lovely, lovely man, but his aspirations are one grav jump longer than his business instincts. If only you knew. Mr. Okadibo owes a substantial debt to Kelcor. I've given him more than enough time to try and come up with the money, but my father's patience is running out. Frankly, I don't know how much longer I can stall. you'd be willing to help out. Just because I work for a megacorp doesn't mean I don't have a heart. Saburo, Mr. Okadigbo, he's one of the nicest people you'll ever meet, especially in this city. He really needs help, but he's too proud to accept any money from me. Maybe he'd listen to someone like you? That is a rather personal question, and I would prefer we kept things professional, if you don't mind. Oh, that'd be splendid. Just amazing. If you can get his debt off my conscience, I'd be grateful. It's been on my mind so much I've been keeping a diary. And don't worry about payment. I guarantee you won't be disappointed. McKenna always keeps that promise. Because my father has a ridiculous sense of humor, and I can't stand the name Clover. I mean, seriously, Clover? Our family's Irish, for God's sake. I don't think he could have possibly been more on the nose with that name. Ha ha, very funny, Dad. When he opened the shop, he outfitted it with equipment from our company. Spent a bundle of cash he didn't have. Obviously, business hasn't been going well, because he's fallen way behind on his payments. Opening a mining business on a world almost entirely covered in ocean probably wasn't the most savvy of business plans. I suppose he intended to cater to travelers that were passing through our system, but it's clearly backfired. A poor man. Tough city. You watch yourself out there.
Can't talk. I've got a deadline coming up.
I'm not gonna say this twice.
What do you want to do for the break later?
I don't know, but I gotta get out of here. It's been non-stop interruptions since this morning, and I'm not supposed
What? I'm working here.
If the gangs can keep from killing each other, just might have a good day.
Hello.
I think I got them.
Our beds are comfortable and affordable, and with a prime rating of 60%, our treatment is certified super prime service.
While we're here, you better stay off the Aurora. You don't want that drug scrambling your brains.
I appreciate your kindness. I don't think anyone else in Neon would have helped me hand out those flyers. Oh, she did. Miss McKenna is very kind, but I cannot accept. It is my responsibility to pay the loan. If I cannot, then what happens, happens. Really? Let me take a look. Oh, I did not know she felt this way. She is always so professional. I thought she did not like me. That is why I have sent proxies to negotiate my debt. And I like her. Oh, that came out wrong. What I meant to say was, I respect her business acumen. Look at me. My palms are sweating. Regardless, you have done me a service, and for that, I thank you. You can tell Miss McKenna, I mean Chloe, that I accept her offer. I do have feelings for her, and maybe now I will have the courage to tell her. I know they say never to mix business with pleasure, but there are always exceptions. Come back soon, my friend. It's always a treat to see you.
While we're here, you might want to stay away from the edge of the upper platform. It's a long way down.
Something I can do for you, love. If you're here to buy, I'm afraid we only sell direct to retailers. That's fantastic! I was worried he'd take it the wrong way, so I'm glad you were able to convince him. I'll arrange for the funds to be transferred immediately. Hopefully Father will forgive the late fees. And if he doesn't, I can always reimburse them when he retires. In any case, thank you. And here, for your efforts. Lovely day for it. Nice visiting with you.
You have a question, you can chat with the receptionist all you want.
Hoping to get a meeting?
Welcome to Slayton
It's
Aerospace.
ridiculous.
I'm afraid we aren't taking appointments right now.
I hear Slayton's had some major layoffs recently.
Never a good sign.
Welcome to Slayton Aerospace. There a problem? Not paid to talk.
Slayton sure takes his security seriously.
We're only taking
I don't know whether to
meetings
feel
with our
safe or
preferred clients
nervous.
at the moment.
Welcome to XenoFresh, Hello, how can I assist you today? XenoFresh is the best place to work in Neon, hands down. The pay is good, the hours are respectable, and the company's profits are skyrocketing. We're fortunate that Administrator Bayou dedicates his time and brilliance to see our company excel. The Free Star Collective has given Xenofresh Fisheries the sole right to fish chasm bass and use it to produce Aurora. If you care to sample some yourself, we have it for sale at the famous Astral Lounge. Although Aurora is our flagship product, we also produce a line of delicious seafood products as well. It was nice talking with you.
Move along.
Working at Xenofresh is amazing. I mean, come on. Free Aurora?
Sorry, I'm busy at the
Need
moment.
a perk like that.
Is this really necessary? I have to be somewhere important. You're not a plate of croissants. If you aren't delivering the food that I ordered, then why don't you simply say so? That foolish girl up front must have allowed you back here. I'm going to have a bit of a chat with her later. Look, I'm really quite busy. If you're not here on Xenofresh business, I'm going to have to ask that you leave. My name's Libby Groth, and I'm the CFO of Xenofresh Fisheries. And since I answer directly to Administrator Bayou, I hope you aren't here to cause any sort of trouble. The last thing I need right now are more protests and complaints to deal with. Everything under the sun, from unfair business practices to reported bad working conditions to the price of Aurora. We're the #1 most successful corporation on Neon, so we're obviously a huge target of opportunity for slander and false accusations. Everyone's looking for a free handout or a tiny piece of the massive success that we've accomplished. Well, I'll tell you the same thing I tell them before I have them escorted out. It's not going to happen. Not on my watch. I have 100 things to do, and you're number 101 on my list, so if you'll excuse me.
Stroud Eklund makes some of the finest ships in the settled systems. I'd love to get a look at their operations.
Quarterly earnings analysis? Our office is open. Just try to keep interruptions to a minimum.
Oh, feel free to look around. Stroud Eklund is the peak of ship manufacturing design.
Well, I should hope so. He and I are very famous. Originally, both the Stroud and the Eklund corporations made consumer goods. Anything and everything a person could want. But after my husband and I married and merged the companies, we decided to make our mark on interstellar travel. And now the brand is nearly synonymous with starships. I still get questions from reporters wanting to know just how we pulled that transition off. And my answer is always the same. Money solves everything. Oh, interesting question. Neon is the ultimate playground for people who have money, and that means we exhaust ourselves sabotaging each other. It's fun, but a huge waste. Stroud Eklund as a company doesn't believe in restraint, but sometimes I wonder if Neon's lack of a moral authority isn't hurting everyone. Even us.
You don't want to pick a fight with me.
It's an honor to be a part of the Stroud-Eklund team.
Are you supposed to be here?
Ever wonder how the Crimson Fleet seems to be everywhere?
If you want to talk, you'll have to schedule an appointment.
There were so many facilities abandoned after the Colony War. The pirates used them as forward operating bases, all over the settled systems.
Our office is open. Just try to keep interruptions to a minimum.
Quick piece of advice. We hear the name Benjamin Bayou, and we should duck the other way. Fast.
Yeah, what? Is this important? I'm really busy right now. Let me save you some time. If you're here for a job, we're not hiring. If you're here about the conduction grid tour, we shut it down a year ago. See that big yellow thing that's draped over almost the entire city? That's the grid, or what the locals call the span. Besides looking like some sort of madman's modern art piece, it's actually the main source of the city's power. Well, like I said, it's shut down. Had to cut the entire tour staff too. Look, I'm sorry if I'm blowing up at you. I'm afraid that things aren't going terribly well around here. I don't care if I'm allowed to or not. I'm happy to get this off my chest. The conduction grid went online almost 75 years ago. And since then, we haven't developed a single groundbreaking innovation. At this point, the money we're taking in as a power utility barely covers the waste that's going on in the research and development division. Things on your mind? I'm right there with you. You'd think that, right? The problem is that Brayson Bayou, Administrator Bayou's brother, is currently heading up the R&D division. I swear to you, the man doesn't know the first thing about power systems or electromagnetic technology. None whatsoever. Look, I'm running out of options. No one above me seems to care what's going on, but I'm willing to take a chance. I have a full report on Brayson that I want to send to Administrator Bayou, but I don't know if he can be trusted. What do you think I should do? It describes my aggravation with how badly Brayson Bayou is running the Research and Development Division. I'm also including a list of all the failed experiments he's greenlit, and how much they've cost Genodyne as proof of his incompetence. I'm praying someone as financially successful as Administrator Bayou might be able to put aside his ego and look at this from a business perspective. You know what? You're absolutely right. Hey, look, thanks for helping me out with this. It's been on my mind for a long time. If there's anything else you need, any questions at all, feel free to ask. That's an excellent question, and the answer for it is surprisingly simple. The conduction grid is only effective in lightning-rich environments. That's why Volai was chosen as its primary development site. Genodyne has always hoped to adapt the grid's absorption technology for other applications, but nothing public has ever been announced. Genodyne was founded in 2232 by the original designer of the conduction grid, Felicia Corbin. Working from her facility in Neon, it took her almost 25 years to get the conduction grid up and running. That was Genodyne's first and last major success. Hope to see you again soon.
Haven't met our CEO, Mr. Arata. Me either. He's never around.
The way things are looking at Genodyne, might be time to polish up my resume.
If you'll excuse me,
I have a deadline to take.
While we're here, you better stay off the Aurora. You don't want that drug scrambling your brains.
This is some serious firepower.
Hey, you look like someone who craves serious firepower, yeah? Well, don't sweat it. I've got you covered. Oh, man. Whew. Yeah, that was a good one. You see, I had you all figured out the moment you walked into my showroom. I said to myself, Matthias, that looks like the kind of person who blow a hole in the wall to get to their goal. I'm talking military-grade, state-of-the-art weapons hardware. Click. Bang. Am I right?
Oh, don't worry. We sell all sorts of nifty noisemakers around here. Just stay with me for a second.
Imagine being completely surrounded by Crimson Fleet pirates, with nothing but a magstorm and a few hundred rounds. You wouldn't even break a sweat. You, my friend, are perched on the edge of infinity. And Core Kinetics would love to come along for the ride. So what do you say? Now, that's what I'm talking about. Let's get you tooled up and... You think this is amped up? You should see me after I take a hit of Aurora. Maybe chase it with a couple cans of blend. Huh. Once I start flying, I could sell a mag launcher to your grandmother. Skills, baby. It's all about the skills. Plenty of choice weapons to choose from.
Imagine the #1 gun manufacturer in the settled systems. They sit right at the top of the list, the best of the best. You got that in your mind? Okay, now, Core Kinetics. We are chilling one step above all of that. Nothing else even comes close to eclipsing our deadly magtech. Think I'm bullshitting you? Buy one of our guns, slap in a magazine, squeeze the trigger and feel the pull. There's no sensation like it in the galaxy. Feel the pull. I like that. I think I might use that as a slogan in our next ad campaign. Damn, I'm good. It's what the brain guys call the magnetically assisted projectile systems. That's the heart and soul of all our weapons. Those wizards managed to figure out how to push a solid slug out the end of a gun faster and more accurately than a conventional bullet. Some folks call them railguns, but I personally hate that name. This ain't no steam train. This is magtech. And it'll put holes in concrete. Time is money, am I right? No? All right, well, don't be a stranger.
You better quit that. Before you hit something you'll regret.
You good?
Are you gonna let me work, or are you gonna keep bothering me? If you're looking for some fire, if you'll excuse me, I have a deadline to meet. This is my happy place. Is that weird?
Quit staring.
You're in the Vanguard, right? Hey, thanks for your service. Yeah?
Our certified technicians will quickly and painlessly alter your inside stairs.
I have some sleep crate units available for rent, but...
I don't like the look of this.
Everyone knows this is Neon's premier social club.
Look, I ain't gonna stand around here all day. What are you looking at? This? This is Ebside Striker's turf.
Only the upstairs. Don't bother my customers.
Fine, upstairs. That's gang territory, got it?
Now, this is the last time I'm gonna ask, and I'm walking away. Do you want
Yeah, back in the day, you would never. Ugh. Yeah, you used to be people were afraid of the Strikers. We had a name, got it? Now the Disciples got us penned up in this lousy bar.
Andrea!
Fine, fine, fine. This beautiful establishment. Do you have anything else, or are we done with this? Whatever this is. We were one of the big dogs. We could take what we wanted and no one gave us shit. And Briggs? Total class act. Not a psycho like the Disciples. Now look at us. I mean, the Strikers will rob you blind, and if you back us in a corner, you're gonna bleed. But the Disciples? Pfft, total nutjob animals. They torture people for kicks. And the only people that kept them from getting out of control? Us. And now we're all but ruined. So you stroll in here and want to meet with Briggs? The nerve. Maybe you should meet with the business end of my shiv, huh, tourist?
No blood in my shop, Andrea. I'm this close to tossing the lot of you out on the street.
Fine, fine already. You're lucky. Only way you see Briggs is if you, want to join the Ebside Strikers. Oh, nothing. Joining us now is great. People are banging down our door to go down with this ship. You know, I'll just do that. Right now. This ought to be good. Sure, let's go meet the boss.
I don't know what you think you heard, but maybe you should get your hearing checked.
Nothing like a velocity after a rough shift at Xeno.
Strikers look out for one another, right?
Who's this?
Someone says they might want to join.
A recruit? Been a while.
I know, right? Savage says we can't go killing people around here anymore.
We shouldn't be doing that anyhow. You want to join us? We're a gang. You understand that, right? Not some daring adventure bullshit you can brag to your friends about. We steal, we mug, we kill, if we have to. People that come to us have usually run out of options. So are you really interested? There was a time when we were the only ones that kept those psychos in line, but I'll get to that. Let me tell you about us. What makes the Strikers different is we're family. It's us against every goddamn thing the world can throw at us. If you're in, we'll go through hell and back for you.
It's been a little too much of that hell going round.
Vogel, not the time. We do everything we can to make sure everyone's got a roof overhead and fish in their belly. I prefer we fleece the marks, not kill them. Better for everyone in the long run. But you do what you gotta do. Ebside is where all the loser and sad stories end up, once Neon and Administrator Bayu has used them up. Surviving here ain't easy. Sometimes blood's got to flow just to get food based on your plate. But we only take what we have to. I really can't say I blame you. Andrea, let them in if they change their minds.
What? What are you looking at? This is...
I don't suppose you've reconsidered. Try not to get yourself killed, all right?
Strikers look out for one another, right?
The Strikers may be battered, but we ain't. You know where to find me. Don't mess with
I don't suppose you've reconsidered. Not so fast. I gotta get to know. What would you bring to the Strikers?
We get into our fair share of conflict. But having someone skilled in violence right now, very useful. Done anything special? Something that might impress us? You realize you're trying to impress a gang, right? Not some sort of hookup? Alright, you got powers. Sounds special. I'm not sure what your game is, but if you really want... You're going up against the Disciples. Everyone in Ebside's been chewed up and ground up by Neon. Some people snap, and snap hard. The Disciples are maniacs, pure and simple. The test is to find out who has been arming those nutjobs with military-grade hardware. We're fully in alignment there.
I can't understand this sudden urge to join the Strikers gang. I can think of about 100 better ways you could be spending your time.
There's a warehouse they use. One of our friends said there's a slate there that has the info we need.
Oh, that's my job. I was going to go in and make them pay.
You want it? Too bad, Vogel. You go in there, and it's a bloodbath. I want someone that can snatch it from them. Ideally with them never even knowing it happened. Consider this your audition. Try not to get killed, new fish.
The two of us make quite the pair, eh? See you soon, love.
New customer. Bienvenue. Before you order, I have two simple rules you need to know. Oh, this is my place. That means everyone in here is under my protection. You don't mess with them, they don't mess with you. If you're buying drinks, you better have cash. Madame Sauvage does not offer credit. Good? Ça c'est bon? Oh, well, thank you very much for the compliment. I'm told my family tree traces itself back to Europe, on Earth. Specifically the region known as France. A long and proud history, no? Finally, someone who listens and does what they're told. A rare commodity in Epside. I like you already.
I can personally vouch for my colleague here and make sure that he behaves.
So, what can Madame Sauvage get you? Have you come to try velocity, perhaps? Or do you prefer something with a little less kick? Do you want information? Go read a book. You want a drink? Talk to Madame Sauvage. That's how things work in my place. It's nothing less than heaven in a glass. As though the universe itself was resting her lips on yours. My own personal creation. Of course, of course. Anything for my special new customer. Made a fresh mix of velocity just for you. Pull up a
Okay.
chair and have a chat.
Hello.
Administrator Bayou has forbidden any place other than the Astral Lounge from selling Aurora. Now, if Euphorica wants to sell it in our members' lounge, or Legrand wants to mix it into blend, that's their choice. Moi, I prefer to stay off of Bayou's radar and keep Neon security off my back. We'll see you again soon, yes?
Velocity, such a crowd.
Inside's a bad place for tourists.
You're out there a lot, right? Space? Just do us all a favor, never turn into one of those spaces.
Going to be visiting the Astral Lab while we're here. I mean, that's a given, right?
Hope you're enjoying the music at the lounge. Yeah, sorry, I don't do autographs. Now that would be something new for a change. You can't even imagine how many people ask for an autograph or picture after we've been modding all night. It gets really annoying. Programming the beats? Turning the dials? Come on, stay with me here. Hey, I love my fans. I just don't like when they take things too far, you know? My music slate's gone. Completely vanished. I had all of my new songs figured out on that thing, and someone ripped me off. Total drag. Oh yeah, absolutely. It allows me to step away from myself for a while and harmonize with the universe. There's music out there, you know, if you listen. The trick is not getting hooked on that feeling. I got close to that state a few times, but reality and responsibilities always managed to pull me back. Oh man, wow, that would be so cool. Yeah, please. I thought I sensed a decent aura around you when you walked up. Exactly. So, anything you can do to help is appreciated. Oh, and if you're looking for a lead, talk to Micah. She works the bar at Euphorica, and she's a walking grapevine. Anyway, I got to figure out how I'm going to mod my next set. I'll see you around, okay? Well, most of the people who come through here are fans, and they're either zoned or just digging the rhythms. That leaves collectors, competitors, or just a thief trying to make a cred. It could be anyone, really. People try to put a price on everything. Doesn't matter if it's music or the stars. If that price is big enough, you start attracting people with bad vibes and long knives. Only a matter of time before you get cut. Hope you enjoy the show.
Days are too short.
If you're planning on using Aurora, we respectfully ask you do so in the members' lounge. I see. I'd be willing to divulge this information for the right price. Because when you work the bar, your clients tend to be more honest than they'd like to be. And besides, information isn't a drink that you can sample. Thank you for your business. The man you want goes by the name of Stratos. You'll find him at Madame Savage's. He's what you would call a fan of Miss Borealis's works. Or maybe fanatic is a more accurate term. Either way, he's the one you want. But you didn't hear it from me. He's one of the usual lowlifes you'll find at Madame Savage's. He's also a very fervent admirer of Miss Borealis and her work. It wouldn't surprise me if that admiration extended to her possessions. For fans like him, trinkets and mementos are a way to get closer to the one they admire. Fallen stardust. Everything all right? Now sit back, relax, and unwind.
People laugh at their own jokes.
Not sure how much longer.
Next time, use your jetpack.
Hey. A good song can play on repeat for hours, and it never gets old. Mate, I love her music so much. You a fan of Borealis too? I vibe with that bird hard. She's a beast on the beats, and I love her. Got a track in me head right now. Boom! 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 Yeah, hear it? It's bloody mood, innit? I just need some more Aurora so I can get me head bobbing with the wave. Find that zone. Yeah, which is why it pains me to be here and not in the Astral Lounge. I can't stand being away from that place. And, but I can't listen to Borealis if I'm not zoning. That bird's song deserves the best eye Aurora can fly. A fan? Mate, I'm way more than that. I've been following her career since her club hopping days. I know every song, every lyric, and every beat. I can probably tell you the number of hairs on her head, if you cared about that sort of thing. Don't get me wrong, there's nothing weird about it. I just vibe with her music on like a cellular level. You understand? In fact, I've made a whole bloody career out of following that woman. Hell, I probably know that bird better than she knows herself. It's the way she makes the colours dance. With most beats, you get these colourful flashes, and the world gets all wavy like. But Borealis makes the Aurora dance like nothing I've ever seen. Her mods puts out a spectrum of colours that don't even exist. When she hits those high notes, and you're completely zoned, you don't just ride the wave, you steer it. So you get it then? Borealis's mods are an experience. Every note is like a set of hands lifting you up into the zone real gentle-like. And when it peaks, it's like you reached a whole new state of being. Mate, there's no way in hell I'm giving you this. This slate brings me closer to her. As her biggest fan, I feel like I deserve to have it. Why would I part with the one thing that connects me to her? Yeah, I do want what's best for her. That's fine. I'll still support her though. Right. I'm keeping the slate. Me and Borealis. Have you been to the Astral? Mate, there's no... This slate. Well, if you bloody had any. I didn't steal any. Borealis always says her music. I don't know. I'm not giving up. Sure.
I hope you aren't here to cause any trouble.
Yes?
This song's got me so zoned.
Oh. How many velocities did I have?
Can I? Maybe you'd like to try a velocity? Au revoir.
If I want chill vibes, I head over to New Forest. If I want chill vibes, I head... Mate, there's no way in heck this slate. Well, if you bloody had it. Later.
Website.
You didn't hear this from me. Those eclectic mercenaries? Factions use them sometimes. 3-Star Collective and UC both. That's why they give them a wide berth. Ask me, those murdering assholes should be blasted with a space vest.
Get out of my face. You want to gawk at something? Take it to the Astral Lounge.
What are you looking at?
Cause any trouble and I'll drag you straight to lockup.
Ever run into spacers? Scumbags and scavengers.
I'm looking for work. You hiring? If your ship is equipped with an electromagnetic weapon, I can use it to fry your target systems. No more than the average crew person's salary.
Feel like getting zoned? I got what you need. Now, you're new here. Name's Boone Morgan, your new best friend on Neon. If you're here for a drink or listen to the music, I've got you covered. But if you're here for something a little more exciting, we have plenty of Aurora for sale. Not at the Astral Lounge, my friend. In fact, this is the only place authorized to sell Aurora by order of Administrator Bayou himself. And once you buy it, you can use it anywhere in the Neon that you'd like. Except the spaceport, of course. Then what are we waiting for? Here, take a look at the menu. Now, I'm not going to lie. Pretty amazing, isn't it? That's Borealis, only 19 years old, and yet she produces some of the most heart-pounding, trippiest electronic music you've ever heard. I don't know where she gets her inspiration, but I'm betting all that free Aurora she gets has something to do with it. You can look, but we both know what you're here for. A bit of Aurora, right? Excellent choice. The Sky Suite offer. And since you'll be living in the same tower as the Astral Lounge, all of its pleasures and pageantry are only an elevator away. How unfortunate. But I will be. Come back soon.
Howdy.
I'm not in the mood.
People joke, say those balloons are...
Have your fun. Live your best life. We'll be here when you're ready.
Be careful around here. I hope for a cup of coffee right about now.
Hey, get away from me.
This place is like my second home.
I'm zoned out of my mind
A
right
good song
now.
can play on repeat for hours. Mates, this slate brings me close. Bloody hell, is it that obvious? Damn ears have been ringing so loud I can't even hear the beat anymore. Okay, you can have the slate. But next time I stop by, I want to hear a mod so sick it beats the piss out of my brain.
What can I get you today?
Love your fit. It may not work for some, but you wear it like a champ.
This song's got me so... A good song can play on repeat for hours. Besides, a bad place for tourists these days.
Hey, no funny stuff with that boost pack. Got enough flight traffic as it is.
Hey there, what's up? A fan, really. Although, I guess I shouldn't be surprised. They can get pretty possessive. Doesn't matter if it's my things or my time. Yeah, it's not all bad. Love can be toxic, or it can be beautiful. Sometimes, people just confuse the two. But, sounds like it all worked out in the end. I've got my slate, which means the people will get their trip. Inspiration's like a wave. Sometimes, it's hard to catch it before the break. That's what this slate is. A still wave. A feeling frozen in time. And I appreciate you bringing it back to me. Yeah, it looked like nothing was downloaded or tampered with. I'm almost glad it was taken by a fan instead of a competitor. Would have been awful to lose that thing. I was working on a brand new concept piece about floating into the center of existence. I'm not feeling it yet. I'm still working out the last few sections, but eventually I'll give it a spin in the Astral Lounge. Thanks again for finding that thing. Next time, I'll try and keep an eye on it. Sound safe.